We are going to continue now, and this time when we're working with the Tao Te Ching chapter 4, the last few lines, and what the word means, we're going to go to two books that are very specific about the word. The first one is by Bradford Hatcher, who you remember me, if you saw other videos, did the same thing with the I Ching. And then we're going to go to this one here, Lao Tzu Tao Te Ching, the definitive edition, which many consider it is of Lao Tzu. And this is done by Jonathan Starr. So what Jonathan Starr does is his own translation, but then he goes back and gives you the words just as they are in that section, just as you might translate it into English in many terms. So we're going to start first with Karcher. And when we use Karcher, I'm sorry, Bradford Hatcher, pardon me, Bradford Hatcher. First, we will read how he translates the last section of that. Now, remember, this is the last section of 4. By the way, this will be called Tao 4, and it will be in the Tao folder. So, Hatcher says, seeming as though seeming to exist, we do not know whose child this is, but imagine it divinity's ancestor. Notice the difference. Divinity's ancestor. See that one word, ancestor, how that's different? But imagine it divinity's. Now, imagine, I-M-A-G-I-N-E. Imagine, now, what does that mean? They actually know or just imagine it? You see how Karcher's translation gives you pretty much a whole different meaning of what that is. Now, when you go back and you get into this section where he takes every single word that's in there and gives you all the possible meanings of that one particular word, then we get down to one particular word here, well, where it says, now, listen to what he says. Comprehend, know, understand, or know who someone or anything could be or would be. This is a child, descendant, heir, offspring. But imagine, picture, conceive of, appears. Okay, there it is. Imagine, picture, conceive of, appears. Those are all the possible renderings of that word imagine. Divinity, the divine, supreme sovereign, gods, as to be ancestor, predecessor, source, prior, proceeds, heaven, earth, and sky, and everything on earth. So there you see how Mr. Bradford Hatcher gives you all the possible English translations of some of those words in there. Now you'll notice imagine, picture, conceive of, or appears. Again, that emphasizes the idea that one doesn't know this for sure, but it appears to be divinity, the divine, superior, sovereign, or gods, and so forth, ancestor, predecessor, source, prior, and precedes. Now, it does precede God. And whose offspring Tao is, we don't know. But it does precede the divine, the divinity, the supreme sovereigns, or gods, and does double, or of this, or to be his ancestor, predecessor. But again, child, descendant, or heir. Again, no one knows. But imagine, picture, conceive of, and appear. Now, the next one we will go to after Bradford Hatcher will be this one by Jonathan Starr, who does the same thing with these words. And in Jonathan Starr, we will go to the exact same section and see what he makes out of those words, especially imagine, conceive, or appear. This we will do next.